What about the education system?
The education system, like what do you think about it?
I think sometimes it's useful but useless. Like, while we understand that we have to know basic algebra and that's going to be utilized in today's society, but sometimes I feel like we need to learn other things. Like, do you know how to pay taxes? Do you know how to buy a house with a mortgage?
Yeah, but like most people don't.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then what about, like, do you know what laws there are?
What laws?
Or, like, do you know all your human rights?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Not sure if everybody knows all that stuff, but I guess that's important to know, rather than, like, you know,
the quadratic fucking formula. No, do you still remember it?
I don't think so. No. Like, I know it's like b or something. Like b, it
plus or minus the square root of b squared times minus 4ac all over 2a.
Yeah.
I spent most of my life trying to know that. Okay. You're probably like, fuck that. I'm totally out of here. You know what? Speaking of education, how do you feel about being a freshman?
I'm looking forward to it. You know, like, my school starts in like 1 week. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had to take business calculus too. So
what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Like, it's only 1 semester though, and I only had to take 1 math class. So that's a good thing.
But, yay! But seriously, no. But you're probably like so happy that you're done with high school.
Yeah, like, if I had to go back to high school like this year, I wouldn't go.
That.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
I mean, I still have another year of high school, and basically, I mean, I'm looking forward to going to college. I mean, like, I still have to apply and shit, but
no, that right there. That's a killer right there. You're gonna be so busy, like, in the fall, like right now.
I know,
so
it's like
busy.
It's so bad. I haven't even, like, I mean, I started my Common App essay, and then it's actually really funny because I thought I was writing about something that was super cool, and then it turns out I wasn't, because the admissions director of a certain college, I'm not going to say which one, but it's based in Dallas, so I think everyone knows who it is. Basically, he was like, you lived in Shanghai for 8 years, so what? Like, and I was like, I don't know anything about you. This is the most boring essay I've ever written. I'm like, okay,
damn.
Shit, it's okay. But it's like they're trying to help you, so I totally understand why.
Yeah. I mean, you should just ask your sister. Like, she knows all this stuff.
I mean, yeah, but she's kind of busy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, she has like 20 tests to take because she's working. Oh, yeah, by the way, I have an older sister. Her name is Nikki. She's working at Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, shout out to her. She's probably watching this.
No, she's taking like all these tests, like the 79. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's like some investment banking test, but I know a little bit about banking because of her. But what I want to do is become a graphic designer. So in case, if you ever need a designer or someone as your marketing director, no, what am I saying? Creative arts director, then please, you know who to
hit
call.
You up, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but honestly, what was the most, like, were you stoked when you found out that you gone to college? I mean, everyone is, but were you like, holy shit?
Yeah, well, like, for a little bit, and then, like, well, like, I didn't get into, like, the top colleges, but other than that, like, I was stoked to come to this college. Like,
I know. You're so close also, so I'm really happy. So you can come to all of the events and have a shit ton of fun.
I know. Yeah.
Also, but a lot of my friends I know are taking loans.
And I
don't even understand how student debt has gotten so ugly, but I think what I've seen is I feel like it started, actually, I think it started during the time of Sputnik, when, like, people were starting to come in to colleges. I feel like that's when it started, because, like, remember the USS...
that's when, like, most people started, like, the government started forcing people, or, like, not forcing, but, like, sort of telling them that they should go to college and get higher education. Yeah,
because of the whole space race with USSR and US, and there was more, like, STEM-based classes. There was all this stuff, and I feel like... I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like that's what caused it, and because of this, like, all this debt has accumulated over time because of our system. But I think I just don't understand, because I've seen, like, I know people, it takes them like 40 to 10 years to like get rid of their student debt. And that's really,
I know.
and that's like such a bummer because it's just like you can't live a life. It's like that. I don't know.
With that much debt, like you're gonna have to pay that off like over, like when you're trying to make money, like, and your first job out of college isn't gonna be that great, and you got to start by paying debt every month.
I'm not looking. Hopefully, knock on wood, that I don't get anything that accumulates that much, but God knows.
Yeah.
Anyways,
In my opinion, like I think the debt, like student debt, just started like within the like past 10 years. That's when it's grown the most.
I think so, yeah. They call it's like a millennial problem, and I feel like that's just something that older generations don't get. Because back then, you could probably buy, like, I mean, a piece of candy back then. You could buy like 10 pieces of candy
that's
for
inflation.
like 10 cents.
Yeah.
Like, they don't get the fact, like, you could probably buy this whole fucking building for like $1 million back then.
This building's like 30 million now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just something because of how big it is, and because they think, oh, we're lazy, that we're entitled to things, when we actually had the same, maybe even the same problems back then.
And like I think the demand for college has increased.
Oh yeah.
And that's why like they just keep raising the prices, because like people are just gonna pay it anyway. Like they're gonna take loans out. Like people would like banks will just give you the loan. Like if you just say it's for college, they'll give it to you. If you're trying to start like a business, the same way, if you ask a bank for a loan, they won't give it to you right away. They'll check like credit and all this and all the other stuff to make sure. But for student loans, it's way easier to get the loan.
Okay, I think it's also colleges have gotten a lot more competitive because of the Common App.
How?
Because now you have so much access. It's a blessing and a curse. Well, it's so much easier. You don't have to fill out an application, but you do. But it's just within a click of a button. That means it's more easier to access it. It's more easier to apply. And because of that, there's more demand for it.
Yeah.
Therefore, acceptance rates go lower. And actually, can I bring up an important topic?
Sure.
So I feel like within the first few years, the UC system has gotten a lot more competitive. And this is because I feel like because a few years ago, the UC system was like, oh, we're going to raise our tuition. But then most of us protested that they're like, please don't raise our tuition. And basically that's because they have been accepting more out-of-state students because they want to compromise or like even out the fact that they didn't raise their tuition. You know what? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. So basically, I feel like that's also one of the reasons why the UC are much harder to get into because of the cheaper tuition. Like my friend goes to UCLA though, so shout out to USAV. But but it's like so much harder. It's a 14% acceptance rate. So
that's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like what I heard is that I really liked was like back in like 2000, the like UCLA tuition was like only like $3,000.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then now it's like 30,000 plus per semester or like per year. I don't know exactly how much, but
I think it's 12,000.
Yeah, it's like, but 30,000 a year, right? Pretty sure.
I think it's 12,000. I think it's 30,000 for out of state kids. You know what? Can I look it up?
Yeah, it says in state is 12,000 and then out of state, yeah, 39,000. That's
shit.
That's crazy.
Like, also, can I actually talk to you about something really funny? So I was actually one time I was in Connecticut for a bit, and we were looking at New York City, like private elementary school. And I'm not going to name this one school, but guess what the fucking tuition was? $50K.
For
an
a year?
Elementary school.
For 1 year?
Yeah.
Damn. That's like
that's USC too.
I know. For elementary school.
Yeah. Well, it was a K through 12, but still, it's like.
Yeah, that's still
that's
too
ridiculous.
Much.
I mean, it's new. I think mainly I feel like schools also charge because of tuition. No, not tuition. What am I saying? Location.
Yeah.
Like I feel like.
Wait, that school was like in New York City.
New York City, like Manhattan, the Manhattan Bureau.
Oh, okay.
I mean borough. Sorry, but I'm like, what? It was really
50,000 a year. Imagine paying that for like your
That's
like a
college
small little
tuition.
kid.
That's like Reed. No, not Reed. But like expensive
Okay,
ass school
yeah.
tuition. And then I think that was interesting too. But sometimes,
But like probably they get like some financial aid
of course,
and stuff too.
of course. But I feel like okay. Also, so Sham.
What?
So a lot of people sometimes I feel like in Europe they do free free college. Did you know that?
Free college, yeah.
Not like free but like if you're like applying from the Netherlands to the UK, you do have to pay because I have a European friend. She can confirm this. Like if you go, say if you're Italian and you apply to Bocconi University in Milan, like that tuition I think is free, I believe.
I don't know. Like if they do that's great for Italy and like countries who do
I think
that.
Scandinavia does it.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's good that they provide that for people, but at the same time, like you look at the US and you see the population difference, and that's